Hi everyone, I have a quick safety update I want to give you. I'm sitting here in room 2066 so I can show you a couple things that I learned today. Today something happened in room 112 down in ICU A. Our outlets, the red outlets, tripped and things shut off, including the ventilator. Immediately became an emergent safety issue. And luckily, everything is fine. The patient is fine because there were nurses and RTs in the room. We were able to bag the patient until somebody could flip the breaker back on. But this is what I learned because, of course, very concerning. Want to make sure something like this doesn't happen again. But here's the deal. It could happen again because that's just the nature of circuits. Apparently, and they can trip sometimes, and so we have to know what to do if they trip. So here in room 2066, and in all of our rooms, we have multiple different circuits in the room. So I'm going to show you here. In this room, this is up in ICU B. Our circuits are labeled. Here you can see CL2A4 and then CL2A2, and then we got 4 again and then 2 again. And over on the other side of the bed, it's the same. It goes 4-2, 4-2. What that means is that we have 2 different circuits. And if you trip one of those circuits, all the plugs, let's say you trip CL2A4, all of the outlets that are labeled the same are going to not work until we flip the breaker back on. However, this one is on a completely different circuit. So if something like that happened again and your ventilator shuts off, because our ventilators don't have reserve, then you can unplug from here, plug into there, and it should work. You also have this option down here. This is a non-emergency plug, but it'll work if you're in that situation. It's also on a different circuit. So that is how we can kind of get things turned back on if we have something like that happen. Downstairs in ICU A, all of our red plugs that are on the wall are on the same circuit. So what you would have to do in that situation, let me flip around again. So all of these downstairs in ICU A are all on the same circuit. You would have to unplug from the red outlet and plug into the gray outlet because the gray outlet is on a different circuit. Also in ICU A, there is a plug-in that's right by the door. It would be, we don't have it up here, but down in ICU A, it would be in this area. And it's a red outlet, and that is on a different circuit. So in ICU A, downstairs, there are 3 different circuits. The red plugs on the wall, the gray plugs, and then the one that's by the door. So in the event that one of those circuits trips, you have other circuits that you can plug into. That's what we would do in that kind of emergency. I know you're thinking, well, the red plugs are emergency, aren't they supposed to always work? This is what I learned today. The red plugs are emergency. They will turn on when we have a power outage because they're connected to the generator, but they are just like any other circuit that they can still trip if there's a problem. The other thing that I learned today is that when you plug something in and trip the breaker, the chances are that there's something wrong with that piece of equipment that you just plugged in. So if you plug something in and it trips the breaker, please also, first of all, you're gonna call the PBX operator, call 0 and say you emergently need to have engineering paged because we have an emergency. They will either call engineering on the radio